not just in a nightmare hijacked from 1944. Joe Masrani hears a groan. It's Pirate, his Portuguese water dog sleeping at his feet. Masrani shivers a little, but it's not Pirate's groan or the chill of the night air that rattles him. It's this place and its phantoms. If you ask him, he'd tell you that you don't want to ever come to a watery graveyard like this without a serious band of brothers. You don't want to be hunting for a lost U-boat far at sea with bad weather coming without the best of shipmates. You sure as hell don't want to be thinking of diving 300 feet down in black waters unless you have someone you really trust to watch your back. Ashore, he works as a criminal defense attorney in New Jersey, but out here he's the captain of Tenacious. Like all of his shipmates tonight, he's not just a man starting to face off with ghosts. He's a man on a mission. They all are. This trip marks their second summer of active searching, and the pressure's building. While Masrani's team has been hunting for U-550 in absolute secrecy, another team, led by a respected New England wreck diver, has been publicizing its own search for the 550 with YouTube videos. A recent one shows the New England team laying a wreath on the water over the wreck of the tanker blown apart by the U-boat. And rumor has it that yet another team is also trying to mount a search for U-550. Bottom line, if the tenacious divers don't find the 550 on this trip, someone else will probably beat them to the long-lost submarine. Not even treasure is more compelling to these divers than being the first humans on a wreck. And treasure, of a sort, is definitely important to wreck divers. They bring back artifacts all the time, spend tens of thousands of dollars to restore them and display them at their homes and at museums and dive shows. If this wreck were a commercial ship like the liner Andrea Doria, salvaging artifacts from the wreck would be fair game. The U-550 Discovery divers have plates, glasses, silverware, and bronze nautical hardware from dives on the Doria. Wreck divers see their artifact collections as preserving history, and at times they share their collections with museums. Tom Packer was one of the divers who helped to salvage a bell off the Doria back in 1985. Gatto has a helm, a steering wheel from the liner. He, Packer, and diver John Moyer have filed legal papers in court, which makes them salvers in possession of the wreck. But divers cannot own a warship such as U-550. Maritime law unequivocally states that the wreck of a warship forever belongs to the country it served. It's a way of honoring and preserving war graves. The divers aboard Tenacious respect that. Instead of harvesting artifacts from the sub, they want to find 550 to get as close as they can to a moment when the Battle of the Atlantic flared right off U.S. shores. U-550 is the last unfound German U-boat known to have sunk in diveable waters off America's east coast. For divers Eric Takachian and Brad Sheard, the hunt to unravel the mysteries of this submarine goes back 20 years. For others, such as Gatto and Packer, men in their 50s, this dive expedition is another chance to bond with some of the few men who really understand them. They are divers whose names rise from the pages of shadow divers as some of the most seasoned deep wreck divers in the Northeast. All of these guys feel the lure of unearthing history. They crave the opportunity to bear witness to the buried time capsule that is a previously undiscovered wreck. They seek the challenge of the search above and below the water, the planning for both the hunt and the deep, dangerous dive. They love the anticipation of a long and sometimes rough boat ride, crossing the water to the middle of nowhere. They thrill to the interface with sea creatures such as lobsters, immense codfish, sea turtles, rays, dolphins, whales, and white sharks. They relish plunging to places few humans see and fewer return from. Finally, they cherish the chance to resurface in the world of the living again with an artifact such as a bell or a porthole that says, "I have been to the underworld, the land of the dead. I have come back to tell you all. Strong drug."